Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about something a little different. Normally, I stay away from this stuff, but there is a really good business lesson to learn in here. One of the things that you have to understand is audiences, you have to learn marketplaces, and you have to learn the ins and outs of PR and media relations. All right, so here's my statement. I believe that racism was clearly a part of this arrest. Now, this may be a bit surprised, but I don't think it was the cops that were racist. Starbucks called the cops. Cops came in, cops did their job. Now, I think these young men should sue Starbucks, and this is why. I have done so many Craigslist deals in Starbucks, didn't buy nothing. I have seen people house up in there for 6-7 hours, not buying anything. Clearly, there was racism. I don't care what anyone say. I don't care about what their hairstyle or what they were wearing and all this other stuff. That's immaterial. Racism was part of it. Now, Starbucks is handling this very well. The CEO came out. He put a face on it. He says, I want to meet with the young men. I want to talk to them. So, boom. For most people, this is over. The video that got like 4 or 6 million hits, the news outlets talked about it. So I want you to understand something. And this is why nothing's going to happen with Starbucks. The boycott is not. Let's say 10 million people heard about this incident. Now, out of that 10 million people, there was a group of folks who went, black guys got arrested. So let's go ahead and just say there's like 4 or 5 million people who really care and who are outraged. We live in a country of 330 million people. Right now, as we wake up and as I discuss this, there are people who don't know about this. There's someone in Starbucks right now sipping their cappuccino and they don't know about it. There's a lot of people who don't read the news. There's a lot of people who don't have newspapers. There's a lot of people who are very uninformed, or there are people who are informed and like, they must have did something. That's it. CEO came out. He put a face on it. He started talking about it. Problem solved. So I want you to understand that when you create a business and you're very small, and I'm not saying this to be mean or incongruent, no one knows who you are. You have to dig for my negative reviews. You have to really dig for them. I don't really have that many because one of the things I've learned, and this is something I learned a long, long time ago. If something goes down on YouTube or something goes down on the website or something goes down in a forum, do not address that on my main channel. Because what's going to happen? Well, Glendon, this is going over. Well, let me go over there. So, and it's hard. It's very, very hard because 2013, when everybody was coming after me, I had to hold the line. I had to stay on point. I had to keep talking about what I was doing while they were doing all kinds of nefarious stuff to me. They were talking about me like a dog. They were calling me all kinds of names because they were simply jealous. So if you have a business and you have, all right, I'm going to stay on point. If you have a business and something demonstrably bad happens, you go into your resources. You're just like, how many people are going to know about this? Because see, Starbucks, and there's someone who's disagreeing with me, he don't know about big business. And I'm not trying to pick on you, but this isn't like a skirmish in the backyard. Starbucks is an international brand with billions of customers, with only maybe 10 million people who know about this. There are billions who don't. There are billions who are going to keep drinking their grand latte and doing all this other stuff. So you can disagree all you want to because your feelings don't trump my facts. This is not going to hurt Starbucks. Let me say this again. This is not going to hurt Starbucks at all, especially under the Trump regime. It's not going to hurt them at all. Because a lot of people who know about this, they don't care. Big deal. He got arrested. He must have did something. That's it. So while you going over there and you're all up in your feelings, you're missing the statistical point that this isn't going to be. The CEO came and said he wants to meet the men. So that even for the, because there was let's call it up like 4 or 5 different groups of people who heard about it. Black folks, outraged. White folks, outraged. White folks, indifferent. Black folks, indifferent. And there's some people on the edge, like maybe there's some here and that, maybe there isn't. So when you parse down that 10 million, there's a lot of people who just don't care or are indifferent. And this is going to go away very quickly. It'll be in the news cycle for a week or two, maybe. If it's in the news cycle for 2 weeks, because see what Trump's going to do. Trump has sent aircraft carriers to the same place they sent that cruiser with the 60 Tomahawks on it. This is one of the largest deployments of naval vessels since Iraq, like Desert Storm. So we're going to war. That comes on there, wipes that Starbucks stuff off. You don't understand how the game plays. I am in the media. I know how the game is played. You could be indignant. You could disagree with me. You could be all up in your feelings. It ain't gonna change nothing, Playboy. Nothing. Nothing. I'm telling you how this is going to go, because I was checking the temperature on what people were saying. There's a lot of black people who said they should have left without knowing the full story. And more importantly, why don't we know who the employee is that made that phone call? I heard it was it was a manager. We don't know who she is or he. We don't know. They're being protected for some reason. And that right there lets me know person ain't going to get fired. I'm telling you. And this is one of the things that you got to understand about this thing. So I'm going to go through the comments real quick because this is a brief one. Oh, man. Thanks, Dana, for being a mod. Clearly the employee was racist. But she or he ain't getting fired. Kevin, it was the Starbucks employees that were working that day that were racist. Oh, no doubt. Good morning. Once again, I guarantee you, since the CEO is going to meet with these guys, he's going to meet them with a check in his hand. Guaranteed. They won't even get to the lawsuit. Pamela C, yes, I've seen white people hang out there with 3 laptops for hours and nobody says anything. Now, part of this is they had to ask to use the restroom, which leads me to believe that the restrooms were locked. And the only place that they lock the restrooms are in high crime areas where there's a high incidence of homeless people, and they keep them locked to keep the homeless people from going in there and taking showers and washing up. So this was already a bad area. And I didn't really devote a lot of resources to it because, once again, this is going to blow over very, very quickly. And the lesson that you can take here, if you have a business and some stuff happens, just handle it, own it, and like I'm telling the CEO, it's like it was reprehensible this happened. I want to meet with these young men. This is an outrage. He's saying all the right words. He's pulling all the right heartstrings. This thing is going to be over so quick. And I have done so many deals in Starbucks and never bought anything. I have sold laptops. I have sold a desktop. This thing that I'm doing this stream on, pulled it out the box, put it on the table, plugged it in, used their Wi-Fi. The person went through all of the systems and stuff, and they handed me the money right there. I'm walking in Starbucks with a computer. No one said a word because Starbucks has a written or unwritten policy to leave people alone. And that's why I believe this was a racially motivated event. I would like to see the employee or employees who call the police fired because they may do it again. Kevin Davis, that's the truth. Apple Mac, you could disagree with me all you want to, but I'm going to tell you from me to you, you ain't as educated as I am on this. You don't know shit about how the media works. Uh, Daniel Thompson, CEO fired the employee. Okay. Boom. It's done. Because Starbucks handled this, and they, like I said, they're going to cut the boys a check, and it's going to be disappearing. Here with the band hammer. Thank you, Ben the bartender. Apple Mac. That ain't going to happen, because if there was a camera in front of the employee's face to explain this, someone would kill that person. They ain't going to do it. They're going to protect this person like they're going to protect. If they do it, I'll be shocked. It's the camera. Kevin Davis, Starbucks is run by a real liberal. I am from Seattle, and what the employees did doesn't mesh with how the CEO operates. This is bad looking. Again, their arrests weren't warranted, which is once again why I'm saying the CEO said he was going to sit down and meet with these people. Now, when you have a big organization, you have racists as your employees. So let's just say that's not the Starbucks way, which most people are saying that ain't Starbucks. And the CEO's coming out and that employee was racist, but that just shows you what can happen even in a big organization that is, quote, liberal. Oh, people's drinking their, man, Starbucks did not have a dip in business across the world today. Maybe a dip in business in that location, but nowhere else. X1, from me to you, you can kiss my ass and you're gone. I don't know what it is with these white supremacists who like just pop out of here like they come so quick now. And another reason that I think the Starbucks got behind this so quickly was the woman who filmed this whole thing. She was there the whole time. She saw it from when they walked in until the police came in, and they did absolutely nothing. And she's like, this is, you know, and she said, I did this to just show that black people get harassed for doing absolutely nothing. Now, that's another reason that Starbucks jumped on this, because if they sue and they have a little white woman who wears glasses testifying, and I'm quite sure she would testify since she put the video up, that's not a good look. They got on it. Starbucks is handling this the correct way. And, you know, I've been in Starbucks in very affluent white areas, and may I add, and plenty of times just to use the Wi-Fi. I've never bought anything, and I've never been harassed, and I'm black. And so once again, Mike C., this could be just a case of some racist employees. And the Diana says that employee was fired. Like I said, this ain't going to hurt Starbucks at all. Protesting and all this other stuff, Raymond Cherry, you cannot sit in an establishment and not order anything and not leave when asked. Raymond Cherry, let me go ahead and break it down to you. I have seen people sit up in Starbucks for 6 hours without buying anything. When you kick out one group of people but don't kick out another group of people, that's called discrimination. Everyone that goes on that angle is missing the point, because I used to go to Starbucks all the time. It was my favorite meeting place for selling stuff on Craigslist. I never bought anything. They were asked to leave because it was a racially motivated, and it was profiling. So, dude, stop that. It was asked to leave. Are they asking all these white people who house up in there for 6, 7, 8 hours all day with sleeping bags? Are they asking them to leave? With pillows? Are they asking them to leave? No. Pretty much, Chris Monroe. Wonder way I personally sat in Starbucks for hours while freelancing. Everybody does it. It's an unwritten rule. And then this racist employee who probably thought that they were going to get some black guys in trouble, and they didn't know that this woman was here with a camera, and they're like, oh shit. Just like X1's little bitch ass coming here talking all this smackety smack. They're trying to shape the narrative. They're trying to tell you that blue isn't blue, water isn't wet. Even though you put your hand in water and it comes out with water droplets on it. Oh, they ain't water, bro. They ain't water. All right. Well, anywho, because I've got other stuff to do, and I got a interface with Tyron to see when we can get him here, because I want him as a guest this week. And for those of you who want to be part of the Disruptive Mail experience, let me go here because this camera's too far away. Booyah. That's still a code. My dude, 50% off. You got to spend 150 or more to get into lifetime membership of Disruptive Mail. So that's my 2 cents. That's what I think's going on. We shall see. But essentially, as someone said, it's like water off a duck's back. This ain't going to be no big thing, and it's going to blow over so soon. We'll be talking about something else, especially if Trump launches another strike. That's going to completely wipe that off the media radar. Agent J Poole, I'm sitting in my suburban Starbucks with my laptop right now. No issues. This place has to be in the hood. And that's another reason I said that there was something, because the bathrooms were locked. So there was clearly something going on in there. But anywho, I got to run. I got to go. I got things to do. I will be back on Disruptive Mail with another burner. You should check out Why Single Mothers Are the Worst. I did that yesterday. There was a lot of real stories in the comments. You should check them out. A lot of people went through that stuff. I went through it. Many other people went through it. So with that, I'll see you good folks later. And be sure to subscribe. Be sure to comment. And you have a great day drinking your latte.